What can you join? I just wrote down a few things. Tavira has the oldest cycling club in Portugal. So if you like to cycle, there are bicycle paths everywhere. And you don't have to join the club. You can just go on your own. But it's a wonderful place to bike. We have the ocean. I can actually see the Atlantic Ocean, just a little bit of it, out of one of my windows. And then I can look out another window and see what they call the mountains behind us. So we have the ocean in front of us and a backdrop of very high hills, not the Rocky Mountains, folks, but high hills behind us. So it's very pretty, very picturesque. And you can hike for days here. In fact, there are hikes that go all up one side of Portugal and across the top once a year. You can just hike the town. Biking and hiking. Tennis, all kinds of tennis, lots of courts, easy to get a court. Golf is huge in Portugal. And we have Monterey, which is one of the most prestigious golf courses in Europe, within an hour's drive of right where I'm sitting right now. And we also have Quinta de Rio golf course. There's also one just on the other side of the Spanish border. And I think there are two others, Benamor Golf and another one that I'm not sure if I know the name of it, to be honest with you, but there's lots of opportunities for golf at different price ranges as well. You can join quite an exclusive one. Monterey is very pricey, very shishi if you're looking for that. And you can also pay as you play. So just one outing a year is possible, and it's not very expensive. Boating, obviously, we're right on the ocean. So you can own a boat. We have boating facilities, docking facilities here. You can rent a boat. You can take a boat and go fishing. You can take a boat and go see the dolphins. We didn't see any, but we saw a whole school of tuna, which was really neat. You can also take a very shallow draft raft into the Rio Formosa Park, and you might see seahorses. You will see flamingos. You will see stork colonies, egrets, cranes, kingfishers. It's wonderful bird watching. We use our binoculars. We usually have them in the car or around our neck. Even if we're going grocery shopping, we will make sure we have them, because it's very common to see a stork swooping down at almost any point in town. Every month, this town puts out a big poster. And when it's not COVID times, that poster is down in the downtown area in about 3 or 4 different locations. And on that poster is a list of free concerts, pay concerts, art exhibits, cultural exhibits in a museum, which we have a couple of museums here. If there's an upcoming fair, like the medieval fair, the wine fair, or the Mediterranean diet fair, and traditional holidays, and Portugal is Catholic. So we celebrate, and I mean big time, they decorate the whole downtown for many saints' feasts. It doesn't matter if you're even religious or not, you get to enjoy the decorations, the kiosks of great food, the wine, the beer, the non-alcoholic beverages. It's a family attraction, so they accommodate the kids as well. They'll bring in sometimes little rides for the kids, lots of ice cream, really, really good ice cream. And so it's, then we have Mercado, which is the traditional European market. We have one here that's open every morning for fresh fruits and veggies, pastries, spices. You can get all kinds of organic stuff here, herbal remedies. I mean, I could go on all day. I think I have to stop on that one because we need to cover more stuff.
It sounds like there's an amazing array of things to see and do there.
Yeah.
We've had a few questions come in related to what you've been speaking about. So Kyrie asks, how hilly is it? I think that's probably in relation to the hiking and cycling opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said it's not Rocky Mountains, but what would you say the topography is like?
Tavira itself, the old town, is reasonably flat. Right behind Tavira, there are two small hills, which are actually residential. They're called urbanizations. We'll talk about that later. And those are easy to traverse on a bike. If you go further out of town, slightly north, you are getting into where the cycling clubs, the guys with the calves like this, are spending their weekends and spare time on their bikes. And it can get around Santa Catarina do Bispo, which is within the Tavira district. So it's easy to get there. It's not that far. You can get into really high hills. I would say like the foothills of the Rockies. And there are some pretty interesting curves on those roads and little paths off of the main roads that take you into little hamlets, into valleys, and sometimes we have walked right into somebody's driveway without realizing it. But yeah, it can get really hilly. It's up to you. You have a good selection of hills from low to medium to high.
Right. And Allison asks if there's any horseback riding opportunities.
I meant to mention that, and it's even on my list, and I forgot it. We have an equestrian club here that has riding lessons, riding for pleasure, and you can do the idyllic horseback ride on the beach. So it's in Tavira. It's called the Tavira Equestrian Club. So yes, definitely.